Geocachers, it's time to celebrate your achievement. Introducing the brand new Jasmer Challenge Geocoins, designed to honor your dedication to one of the toughest geocaching challenges out there. Each coin represents a completed loop of the Jasmer Challenge, marking your journey through the history of geocaching. Whether you've conquered Loop 1, Loop 2, Loop 3, or gone all the way to Loop 4, there's a coin for you. These stunning geocoins were designed by renowned coin artist Christian Mackey, known for his incredible craftsmanship and attention to detail. And at just $25 each, they're a must-have for any serious cacher. Don't wait. Grab yours today in the Geocache Talk Shop and show the world that you've mastered the Jasmer Challenge.
A stunning symbol of adventure, community, and storytelling. Its bold design shines with vibrant colors and a cool retro look. It's more than just a coin. It's a badge of geocaching passion. You can be part of the journey by supporting Geocache Talk on Patreon. Your patronage helps create inspiring shows, grow the community, and keep the adventure going. Join the network at patreon.com/geocachetalk.
Hello, and welcome to Challenge Talk, part of the Geocache Talk Network. You can watch the show live on the second Tuesday of each month. Feel free to jump over to YouTube or Facebook to watch live and join the wonderful and active chat room, or listen to the entire show later on your favorite podcast player or YouTube.
Hey, and tonight we're going to continue our exploration of year 2000 caches this month with caches placed in September.
Yes, and we also have prizes to give away each show to our listeners. Between each show, be sure to email your challenge cache finds to challengetalkpodcast@gmail.com, and you could be a winner.
Later on in the show, we'll play our special game exclusively for the live audience, the Wheel of Challenges. So listen live, get your email app ready, follow the instructions when the time comes so you can have a chance at winning tonight's grand prize.
And at the end of the show, we'll highlight some of the challenge caches you found, and someone will win our Challenge Talk Path Tag.
Woo.
So, hi, Tim. How are you? We are your
Hi,
hosts,
Emma.
Emily and Tim.
Woo-hoo. It's good. It's another month.
It's another month. We did it. We got through.
I know. This one seems to be awful short, though. Between February and March, it's very quick before we run our next show.
Yeah.
So how was your month?
Well, yeah, it's been slow, but I did go over to Roseburg, Oregon, and completed their Discover Roseburg Challenge that I like to do every year. They have a nice coin prize, and the Parks and Recs department puts that on. They had some really neat caches this year. Great lumberjack-themed cache and an axe throwing, just to name one of them. Yeah, so that was cool. But I got poison oak. So
you brought something extra home.
Yeah. That's what I got for Valentine's Day. I got
nice. I prefer chocolate, but a little bit of poison oak, no big deal.
Yeah, I haven't had it in a few years, so I can be grateful about that. But it happened. And then I've just been trip planning. Upcoming trips, family trip, and then looking ahead to Geo Woodstock and the road trip that I'm building around that. So I'm getting very excited for Geo Woodstock in Kansas. Yeah.
Oh, cool.
How about you? What have you been up to?
Oh, yeah. Well, Michigan has had really crummy weather and lots of events. I did manage to sneak in all of the February treasures, so I'm still caught up on the treasure.
Nice. Mix. Yeah, I haven't. Haven't?
My total find count for February, though, was an even 100.
Ooh, that sounds amazing.
Lowest monthly find count since 2019.
Wow,
you can tell I'm not.
That's not at all my level of caching. So that would be a good month. That would be a great month for me.
Yeah, but one of the things that I did do, which is somewhat unusual, is with Virtual Rewards 5.0. I looked at Virtual Rewards 3.0 when it came out, and I'm a big fizzy guy. So I said, can I do a virtual fizzy in Michigan? Okay. And the answer was no. Can I do a virtual fizzy in the United States? And the answer was no. can I do it in the world? And the answer was yes. And I had X number of squares that you could not find in the United States.
Okay.
So we sent that out to several podcasts and said, hey, if you've got a virtual reward, think about something creative and something along this. So this year I went and did it again, and I'm bringing it up on the screen. So in the same way, the green highlighted boxes are wonder why that didn't do that. Okay, anyway, the green boxes are those fizzy grids that you can fill in with a virtual in Michigan. And the white boxes are the ones that you can fill in the United States.
Okay.
And you can see many of those boxes only have a 1 in them, which
Right.
you have to go one place to find.
One place somewhere in this United States.
Correct.
Yeah.
And if we look at the vaulted 1-1, which there's 147 in Michigan, there is just over 3,000 1-1s in the United States. I want to say it's 3,067, something like that. But there are 3,072 in the rest of the grid. All the other 80 boxes make up 3,000. So there's just a few less in the 1-1. So we need more creativity in the virtual rewards. Got one? Congratulations. Now do something really good.
Put some work into it. And I don't know what date it was. Geocache Talk had an episode on what to do with your virtual caches.
Yes.
So yeah.
That was a couple of weeks ago.
Listen and get some ideas and maybe springboard your own ideas off of that conversation too.
There you go.
Cool. Yeah. Tim,
well, that's my month, not a lot.
You always take things to a unique level. Very creative. Thanks for sharing. All right, so we've got some news items, just some big events coming up. We want you guys to know. Of course, I mentioned Geo Woodstock in Kansas. I didn't make a link for that. Sorry, guys. But you can just Google Geo Woodstock and you'll find their website. I just did that before the show. But we also have Cache Fest Savannah coming up July 11th in Savannah, Georgia. And stay tuned. In 2 months, our May show, we will be kicking off our annual pre-event challenge for Cache Fest. So,
and it should be fun.
It should be fun. I'm so excited. So I'm excited to share that with you guys, and we think you'll enjoy it. And so we'll take a brief pause in this series to bring you that, and then we'll come back to the series to finish up year 2000 caches.
Right. And while I said I finished the February challenges, March the 17th, St. Patty's Day, there is the cat figurines and the Geomobile treasures are coming out.
More treasures coming out.
More treasures. So hopefully you can snag a couple more.
Very fun. Also coming up this weekend, Pi Day souvenirs. And you know what? It's all about mystery caches. And challenge caches are mystery caches. So, that falls right in line with our beloved challenge caches. They have 3 souvenir levels. I'm going up to finding 14 mystery caches. So 3 and 14 Pi Day. I like it. I like it.
I may or may not have 14 challenges already found and in the hopper.
That is lucky because I'm going to get none of those souvenirs. It's just not going to work out for me this year. It didn't work out for me last year either.
We have a Cedo hike planned for Saturday, which with their rumor has it there'll be 14 mystery caches placed along that trail. So whether I have to use one or more, I should be souvenired on that one.
That's good.
But hopefully everybody can get out and grab those souvenirs. Yeah. And then you know what? There is an event called Challenge Fest. And it's in no way affiliated with the Challenge Talk podcast, other than our friend, the Cheeky Brit, is the one putting this on. And he asked permission, and we gratefully gave him, plagiarism is the sincerest form of flattery. So he said, go right ahead and steal away. So it is in August 22nd in Pocatello, Idaho. The GC code up on the screen is GCBF8TE. And and that should be good. There is a video. It's in the show notes that
Mhm.
will explain, and it's a really good video. It's about a minute long, but I couldn't figure out how to get the audio into StreamYard. So we're not going to play it on this show, but you can take a look at that. And there is a pre-event challenge for it that complete a series of trails and you can earn a coin.
Yeah, so we'll put that link to the checker too in our show notes so you can get all the info you need or reach out to the Cheeky Brit.
Right.
Very
And
exciting.
and just to acknowledge Monkey Brains 41, yes, holding challenges for a specific date is playing the game differently than maybe somebody else wants to play it. So I can tell you that I probably will not do that, but I was covering my bases for the souvenir.
Gotcha.
So just to
Gotcha.
cover that.
Oh,
So
this is fun. So Cheeky Brit says, test your fate at GCB Fate.
oh, isn't that
FATE.
cute?
That's fun. I'm glad you got that GC code for your event. That's very, very fun. He also mentioned that his GeoBud and I have 5.0 virtual credits and plan to
Oh,
fill 2 of those boxes with a single USA virtual.
very nice. All right.
Yeah,
Way to go, Cheeky
awesome.
Brit. Excellent. Thank you. So, and this month in our statistical analysis, there are now 51,627 challenge caches around the world. We've increased our total by 539 as of March the 1st. And in the USA, there's now 19,836. So very possibly with the Cheeky Brits event, maybe we'll cross 20,000 in the very near future.
All right, cool.
And on the world stage, let there be a challenge. France is only 20 caches behind Norway for 4th place on the list.
Oh, has that been actively creeping up? All right. All right. Someone in France has gotten the challenge bug, maybe. Very good. Well, that's really neat.
Yeah.
Cool.
And we heard from one of our listeners last month. If you recall, we recapped the December show where we awarded Project GC certificates to people that entered our contest. And unfortunately, we messed up the order of the people that we acknowledged. So our winners were Sims Quest, B Genius, and X7 Kevin, with honorable mention being Team Libra.
Okay, sorry about mixing that up, guys.
We mixed that up for Team Libra, and she wrote me and she said, "Hey, I thought I didn't win, but you said I won. How do I claim my prize?" And I looked back and I went, "Oh, I'm sorry. We made a mistake.
Sorry, guys."
It's bad when we do that. But thank you for playing. And that is, we want to apologize for our mix-up. And okay, move forward.
Okay. All right, well, let's get into our topic. Tim, we are noticing a trend now, starting here with September 2000 caches and through the end of the year 2000, that the numbers are creeping up. There's a lot more opportunities for these later month year 2000 caches. The numbers are getting higher. So we have a lot more caches to talk about, especially even from last month when we talked about August 2000 caches where there were only 4. So,
well, it's nice. So we spent a lot more time in August, and actually September equals June in the number of caches that are available. There's 12 September caches that you can find. They're pretty well spread out. So you can kind of see that geocaching is expanding, and they're in more places, they're in more countries, they're in more states, and so we can review them. So the earliest of which is GC 57, and it's probably, I should share my screen while I'm doing that if you want to talk about it.
Sure. So this one is named Geocache Arizona, and this one is about 40 minutes northwest of the Phoenix airport. So Arizona, it's going to be a little hot. It's a bit of a little hike. So you want to take your water. Tim, you did this one, right?
Water's important. I did this one in February of 2018.
Mm-hmm.
And where'd my mouse go? I lost my mouse. My mouse is gone. There it is. I was going to bring my picture up. Look at that handsome devil. You know, you can see the cache, you can see the tree, you can see the terrain. I have my shorts on.
So it looks like it was hot even in February?
Well, I have a long sleeve jacket on. So
Okay.
I won't say it's hot, but it's dry.
Okay.
And so, you know, it doesn't have to be real hot. I know I've taken some hikes here in Michigan in the winter when it's really, really cold, and you still perspire, you still lose water. So, you know, hydration is very, very important. It is a rolling terrain in the desert. There's some gullies to cross, not really elevations per se, but you do have to pick your terrain carefully. The parking area is about 1.25 miles from the cache. And luckily there were enough caches along the way that it really didn't even feel like a mile.
So you're keeping yourself occupied. Cool. Very
so
good.
My wife and I did it. And I've told this story before, but this particular one for our winter vacation, my wife said, "Where would you like to go?" And I said, "I don't know." She said, "What about Arizona?" And I said, "Well, okay, let me think about it." And this was the last cache I needed for my first Jasmer loop. And I said, "Honey, I would love to go to Arizona with you. Can we get one cache while we're there?"
Just one. Just one.
So she let me get it,
great.
and I got my Jasmer with this cache.
That's good. Well, we have an expert Arizona comment here from Just Finding Our Way. Long sleeves are recommended. Every plant has thorns, including the trees.
I do remember that. Yeah,
do you?
Kind of like a hawthorn tree. You got to carefully get in. Everything wants to bite you when you're there.
Okay, good to know. All right. Well, cool.
All right, next up on the scheme, we have Phil's Memorial Cache in California.
This is GC5B.
Yes, GC5B. B is in Bravo. This is maybe an hour a little bit more northeast of San Diego.
Okay.
It's a relatively easy hike, except for maybe the last 100 feet or so.
Oh, yeah?
And so you park along Sunrise Highway near mile marker 19, which is that there's really, I could not get a waypoint coordinate for this. It's not really a parking lot.
Okay.
You're pulling off on the side of the road. So the advice was get here early before 10 a.m. because otherwise the locals really like these trails. And it'll probably add maybe 1/10 to 1/4 of a mile because you just park along the road.
Wherever you can get a spot.
Get to the trailhead.
All right.
So you are going from sea level, which is where the parking lot is,
okay,
to maybe about 5,000 feet. So you've got, even though it's not, you know, a difficult hike, you're going to have that elevation change and you will feel it. Neither of us have found this one.
No, it's on the list, but no, I have not gotten there yet. Yeah. All right, but good to know. Thanks for your research on that one.
Okay.
Thanks. All right, now we've got Southern Idaho's first. This is GC5C. So this is southwest of Pocatello. Another thing to add to your list for the August 22nd event time or trip that you might be able to take. And this is about 1,750 in elevation, feet, I presume. So it's a steep hike up. So you need to be prepared for a moderate or to strenuous hike. It's about 1.5 to 2 hours. So be prepared. Don't go into this one blind. Do your preparation. And just a note, for more things to do in the area, a Cheeky Bit Challenge trail is to the west of this cache. So
what I couldn't figure out is if you can get to the challenge trail from the trail that you would do the Southern Idaho first on.
All right, Cheeky Brit, let us know.
yeah, I'm sure. I did not check in with Matt. I probably should have on that one since he lives there.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll get some input.
He'll come up in the chat room. He'll let us know.
Yes.
So the next one you have found, actually.
I have found this one. So this is State Game Lands number 109, Pennsylvania. It's in Pennsylvania, GC 184. This is southeast of Erie, Pennsylvania. So this one's pretty easy. You park at the end of like a state game lands access road. It's blocked off with a fence. You take a short walk on down a straight road, but then depending on the recent weather, it could be swampy. So you're going to go through a swampy lowland to get to more of a level area beyond the swamp. I didn't think that area probably would be too swampy. It wasn't swampy when I got there. And then you're finding this cache. So yeah, this cache, I was able to achieve double Jasmer when I found this cache. I think it was 2020 or 2024.
23. September of 23
oh, thank you.
Is what my notes
Tim knows better than I know.
Well, I was able to look it up. And there is a cache right near the parking location.
Yes.
It's GCQMEZ. And it is right near where you want to park for the game trail to go in. And ironically, you found this one because you used to live in Pennsylvania.
Yeah, well, it took me visiting years later after I moved away to go find this one. The neat thing about this one is that it's the owner was focused on placing it near a confluence, a coordinates confluence. And so that's why it's maybe not the most perfect location, but it is a unique location. So the cache page has that whole history there. So that's neat. All right. We have some information from Cheeky Brit. You can reach some of the trails from that old cache, but there's many challenge trails in that town.
Yeah.
So
Cheeky
just
Brit is
depends.
a challenge monster. And so there's a lot of challenge trails that you can.
Yeah. Bloody Cool also said a 4-wheel drive vehicle makes it much easier than a hike.
Very
Makes
good.
sense.
Very good.
Yeah.
All right. And it's interesting how the numbers go because we went from GC 5, 7, Bravo, Charlie. Then we went 184. Which is kind of weird. And now we're back to the 5s.
GC5F,
which is Yuba City, California. And this one you found way back in 2016.
That's right. So this one, it looks like it's been redone, the way the cache page reads since the original. And it is easy. Tim, what is that? What is this one rated? 1-1.
1-1. Yeah.
I would say the terrain is not a 1. Let me show you a photo and show you why. I had to do this.
Wow, look at that.
But beyond that, this is easy.
Now, is that where the cache is?
Yeah.
Oh, it's small. It is. Okay.
Park right nearby and do this.
That's a spoiler pick.
Yeah.
Should have worn spoiler pick. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So
I heard it was pretty easy to get.
If you're in the area, this is a nice, easy oldie to find. Not presumably not like the original, based on how the cache page reads. The way the cache page reads, I did not find the old original style that was hidden there.
Yeah, and that's what they talk a little bit about is sticky fingers. So. All right. Next on our list is Tombstone, Texas.
Yeah, I'm excited to hear about this one. This is on my plan for my Geo Woodstock road trip to help me get to my Jasmer goals.
So this one is not only a year 2000 cache, but it happens to be the second oldest multi-cache in the world.
In the world.
Cool. So it is in a park. It is behind a cemetery. You don't have to go through the cemetery. In fact, they recommend you don't go through the cemetery because you have a fence to jump to get to where the cache is. Now, in the show notes, we've listed a couple of possible parking areas. One of them is by something called the Trinity House, which is to the north side of the park. And it looks like you can park there and walk in. I parked in the faculty staff lot F9, which there were signs all over that says you're going to get ticketed, you're going to get towed if you're parking illegally. but there was nobody on campus when I was there. I was there in 2019 in May. It was for Geo Woodstock, so it was a Memorial weekend, so the college was closed. I was there maybe 20 minutes. I didn't
And
have a
all was well.
problem. I'm not advocating you park there, but I'm saying I did. So
Yeah.
park at your own risk. But it's an easy cache to find, an easy cache to get. There's no hiking. I should admit that I went through the cemetery. I hopped the fence. It's your standard 4-foot chain link fence, but I'm a guy that can do that.
Mhm.
But I did walk around the other way to get out because I didn't want to jump the fence back into the cemetery.
I have to say in my research, I was looking at a neighborhood that's up against this green area, this park area, and it looks like between two houses is a public walkway that gives that
Okay.
neighborhood access to the park. And I'm thinking that could be easy parking, but if any of you have found this and want to tell me that that's a horrible idea or it's a great idea, I'll take your input because I am currently planning a stop here very soon.
There you go. Yeah, and you're going down for Woodstock, right?
Mhm.
For this cache? So you may
Yeah.
run into the same thing I did, which the university is closed. There's nobody there. Their parking lots are empty, and
Who knows?
you could,
Right.
yeah,
Right.
kind of your
I
experience.
kind of have multiple parking plans based on how the day goes.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. Well, let's move into the 60s at least with GC 67. And this is the Paul Barkley stash in Colorado. Now, it's west of Colorado Springs. It's sitting up at about 8,000 feet. So this one you're going to have a little bit of trouble with altitude if you're
Mhm.
not already. We've got some in the show notes where you can park near a cache GC 7Z1FA, which if I remember right, that's an earth cache.
Cool.
And then you take the Maze Peak Trail, and we've got coordinates for the trailhead. It's a pretty significant hike, about a 3.5 mile round trip with what was classified as a moderate terrain until you get to the last 900 feet or so. And then it gets pretty tough. So the comment was, it's easier than getting Table Mesa, which is an October 2000 cache, which we'll talk
Okay.
about next month.
Okay.
That's a pretty tough hike. But between the two, that was the tougher of the two. But this one also said that, again, it's a pretty tough hike that you want to prepare yourself for.
All right. Good to know.
And I have not found this one either.
I have not found that one. No.
No, and
But
obviously there's more. Since we're both working on Quad Jasmer, there's a lot more of the 12 that we haven't found than we have.
right, exactly. Yeah, and it's not like I'm giving up on old caches, but I'm
No,
definitely making my current trips around the ones that I need.
there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
kind of am too. I have a few more than I need. The next one up on our list is GC 6A, and this one is in Denmark. It's the Kippers in the Jungle
And you found
cache.
this one.
I did find this one on our tour. I mentioned our cruise ship. We changed some ports around and we were able to spend more time in Copenhagen than we had planned. And it allowed me to go get this one. So it is a short hike from the cruise ship port. So if you're taking a cruise ship or from downtown Copenhagen, get on the B line train. Make sure you don't get on the C line train because that goes the other way. But the
Okay.
B line train out to Bagsvard, and it's a short hike to the park. It was maybe a kilometer, but city hike into the park. We found there's like two paths that from where you enter the park from the train station, you can go to the right or the left. Going to the left appears to be a little bit shorter trail, but we found it to be very, very wet with standing water. Now, we were there in October, which I don't know if that's a rainy season for them or not, but I wasn't prepared to go through the standing water that was there. So we backed out, went around to the right side, which is more, I think, to the north, and It hooks around to the west. Wasn't significantly longer as a trail, but it was definitely drier all the way to the cache. A little bit of
Good.
water around the cache, but we were able to find it easy. So there is a parking waypoint listed there. So if you're going to drive, you can get there. I would say it's a very easy, and if you're in Denmark, it's 1 to 2.
1 to 2. Very good. Cool. Now the next two are in Alaska, and you made a note. Both of these are on Baranof Island. I don't know if I'm saying that right. And Sitka is the major town. So 2 ways in: boat or cruise ship or an airplane. So you want to fly in from it. You could fly in from Anchorage in the morning and go back in the evening and just have a day on the island. And there's about 26 caches to find between, also in addition to these 2 old ones on this island.
Yeah, a friend of mine, firefighter Skippy out of Connecticut, he and another friend, Scott Burks, went up there last fall.
Okay.
And they flew in from Anchorage, and like we did in Hawaii to get the Cache Odyssey cache, there's flights going all the time from Anchorage. And so they flew out in the morning, they rented a car and flew back in the evening. So they had
That's
one day on
awesome.
the island, and they actually did both of the 2 caches. One of them is GC68, and that is called the Centurion Guards. And the other is GC6E, and it's the kids geocache. Centurion Guards is probably about an hour east of Sitka.
Okay.
And they have something called a tour route, which I had never heard about.
Oh, I think I know. Yeah, I think I've heard of that. Uh-huh.
So like an Airbnb, you can rent somebody's car for the day.
When they're not using it.
Yeah. So they rented a car. You can bike to it, or you could take a taxi to it. If the fire road is closed, which it was the day they went, it's about a 2-mile hike, which is really easy until you get near the end again. Why is it like everything's real easy until you get right
we
there
gotta
to
make
that
it
end?
so the people don't find it, the Muggle people.
If the fire road is open, you can drive to within about a 1/4 mile.
Oh,
It's
cool.
not a tough or a bad hike, but you do have to go uphill. The big one here is not elevation; it's the bears.
Bears.
Alaska is known for their bears, and you don't want to find them. So, bear spray is highly recommended. Bear spray is not transportable on an airline, though, unless it's going to go in the checked bag, which they obviously didn't do when you're doing a day trip. They didn't do a check bag. So they bought bear spray on the island, and then they left it with the park service. So they appreciated the donation for the park rangers there. They didn't have to use it, which was really good.
Good. We also have a tip in the chat. Vince Rose says Alaska Airlines flies direct to Sitka from Seattle as well. So that's good to know.
Oh, that would be cool. Probably not a day trip at that point.
No, but you could plan.
Yeah.
Yep. Cool.
That would be a good one. Thanks, Vince. So Centurion Guards is east of Sitka, and then Kids Cache is northwest.
All right, so you're going all over this place.
Yeah. It's I want to say again, it's about an hour to the northwest. You can park at the Stargaven campground, which then it's about 0.6 of a mile, and it's a very pretty hike. From what I was told, it's just gorgeous, the scenery. This one is more along the coast than Centurion Garden is. This is the one I think most people get when they take the cruise ship.
I've heard about
it's about a 3 to 4 hour trek on a bicycle
from the cruise ship
from the cruise ship area. And again, bear spray is highly recommended.
Yeah,
for this cache as well.
All right, very fun. A twofer up in Alaska. All right, our next one is Octopus Garden, GC70. And so this is another unique one in that it's the oldest active unknown cache type in the world. So this one is in North Carolina, And we've got parking coordinates in the show notes. This one is pretty easy. You walk down the trail. There is a puzzle in the cache page. If you scroll there, Tim, you can see it's kind of like a puzzle. I don't want to speak wrong without seeing it. Okay, so you've got some possible answers here, and one of those is the correct answer. You can do one of two things. You can solve it ahead of time, or you can wait until you get there and solve it in the moment. Both are extremely doable, semi-easy options to do. From there, you choose which way you're going to head and find it.
Okay.
Yeah, right. You just find the cache, right? So the approach to these coordinates where you need to go to find the info to solve the puzzle, that approach is very easy. On a walkway, and then you get into the trees and the brush, but still not very hard at all.
Okay. Awesome.
Yeah. I guess I forgot we do have a picture of that one
Do you have?
too. There we go. There's me finding that
There we
cache.
go. All
Yeah.
right.
In 2024.
Nice. Yep. September 2024. So that's a good time of year in
Yeah.
the fall.
Mhm.
All right. And our final one for September is sun gear. Now this one's in Finland. And let's see, there's my picture for it.
Oh, fun.
So here we have, for those of you that know that I'm married but have never seen my wife, that's her in the middle in the red coat.
All right.
She's going to hate me for bringing her picture up on the
I have
website.
met your wife. I
Yeah.
concur that she exists.
And Nico and Sari from Finland.
Oh, they joined you. Locals
They joined
you.
us on this trip. This is the couple
Nice.
that we met here in the States when they came visiting for my Camp Migo event. And they met
Okay.
us at the cruise ship, and we just had a blast with these guys touring Finland. So
Nice.
it was a memory that I will long remember. This is maybe 40 minutes north of Helsinki. So I know that the cache cruise is planning to stop in Helsinki. Whether they have an opportunity to get here, there's a small parking area. And again, in the show notes, we've got a GC code that you can search for to find the parking. I don't know if they can get a bus into that parking area, though. It's more designed for a small car.
Yeah.
So it's an easy to moderate hike. It's very similar to the Match Dash in that you're going over some boulders that are along a pathway. And so you go up a little bit, you go down a little bit, you can slip around a little bit if it's wet, but it's not a terrible hike. It's generally very easy. Just watch your ankles as you're going through this. Now, the most disappointing for this one, and I know we talked about this as before, GC8DZJC. This is the cache that I found that starts in Russia,
right,
and finishes in Finland. So it's an easy way to get another country while you're near Helsinki. Problem is that cache has now been archived.
Oh,
so yeah,
you got a special cache under your belt then.
I do. I have a very special one, and I've talked to some people about the cache cruise that want to get to this cache because of its uniqueness, and unfortunately, it's no longer available.
Bummer.
So darn.
Well, Vince also has a suggestion on this one. Go during blueberry season. They're everywhere. Ooh, yum.
And they very much could be.
I love sun-warmed blueberries right off the bush. That sounds great.
So, and as we wrap up, I definitely want to say a shout out to Vince Rowe, TTO2. He gave me a lot of intel on some of these caches. Firefighter Skippy and our friend Poe Ann from Georgia. They all help contribute to the knowledge and information that we have. Because again, we haven't found.
We haven't been everywhere.
No,
believe it
or not. In October,
not.
we have 23 caches.
Yeah. So I'm not sure between us we've been to 23. This is a unique comment that Vince made a few caches back. Vince, is this one about Tombstone? He said we found real human ashes at that cache. So if you look up his log for TTO2, you'll see a picture with that. So very interesting. We have unique experiences on our journeys, huh?
That would be cool too. And Vince has been we almost have to play Where in the World is TTO2
Oh,
like we do GB. And
yeah.
So
He clarified this is the Paul Barkley cache
okay.
where
All
he
right.
found those.
He gave us an update on GC53, which our thing came in from retired guy there. The area around Rift Valley is now completely fenced off. So you really have to be careful how you go. They have a dedicated on-site land manager who is cacher friendly, but he's also very busy. So he has worked with Vince to designate a contact. So if you want to go to get Rift Valley and you want to properly set things up, send Vince a message and he will provide you the contact information, and then it's a pretty easy visit. But you do want to make sure that you call ahead, and it also helps to have, from the other logs that I've read, having someone that speaks the local language and knows how to handle the local elements is good. So I want to say thanks to Vince for sending us an update on that cache as well.
Right. We appreciate all the insight you have. So yeah, we're still going to be talking about October, November, and December 2000 caches. So if you're an expert, a local, had an extraordinary experience about one of those caches, let us know. We'd love to have your input and your stories to include in our show.
Hello, I'm Fisher Cacher, and I'm from Waynesboro, Virginia, and I'm here to tell you that it's time for the Wheel of Challenges. Hello, I'm Fisher Cacher, and I'm...
Sorry about that. It went away. So
that's all right.
Yes.
That's really fun. Yeah. So it's time for the Wheel of Challenges. And one live viewer each month will be selected to face off against the wheel to have a chance to win the grand prize, which is a Project GC 1-year membership. And I'm just popping the wrong things on the screen.
Oops.
All right. So get your email ready, and anything that you want to send us at all, it all goes to this one place, challengetalkpodcast@gmail.com, including this game. So we ask that you limit yourself to 3 lifetime wins, but to enter tonight, if that's not already used, send an email with the subject containing Spin Me, followed by your geocaching username in brackets, and answer this question. And Tim, we might not have made a new banner for that.
I bet we didn't put it in. Did we?
I don't think so.
Oh,
we did not. But you guys listen well. That's what this is. It's a listening event. So how many U.S. states have September 2000 caches in them? That's a tricky question. And Tim, I love it. Good job coming up with that question this month. So as I monitor our email box, we might be getting some guesses before we get the correct find, but maybe one of you intrepid listeners already know the answer. So I'm going to be monitoring our inbox.
And that's why we asked to put Spin Me in the subject, is because that tells us how to differentiate the emails that we get from you guys.
Yeah,
so
that's right.
All right, you watch. I'm going to play our music. Do a little dance.
Oh, okay. You're going to dance. I have one email. It is not correct. So we're still waiting for the correct email. You can send more than one if you think, oh, but I got a correct email. All right. All right. Let me double check everything. That was good. That was quick. So our correct answer is from the Happy Hodag, and the answer is 8.
Yeah, we messed this one up a little bit because it's the number of states, not
the number of September 2000 caches. Yes.
And one state has 2, so there we go. All right, so Happy Hodag, let's spin the wheel and see what we get.
And it's going to go past the 1 straight to the 5 difficulty.
Oh my goodness. The doctoral degree challenge. This one I know is tough. It is a 5-5. It's only a 67 though on the rating scale.
All right.
So this has a whole bunch of things that you need to get credits. And they have a whole list of things
that you could potentially do to get credits. All right. So too much to really go through, but let's input his name there.
While I take a look at how I have to get Who did you say was our winner?
The Happy Hodag. I put it in the chat for you if you need that.
Oh, you did. Okay, I wasn't looking. Okay, I went the other place to get it. So
yeah. Tip for you using Project GC when you run stats, you gotta type it the way it is on your geocaching account.
There it is. Okay, and run the checker.
And
No. There's a lot of things. They do not qualify.
So what's this saying? There's some qualifiers, others don't make it.
Yeah, so they've got a few. I see a few green check marks. Here's some dates. They've got one calendar filled. There's a couple of open spots on this calendar.
There are so many things being checked in this one cache.
So yeah, this one.
Wow.
Yeah, Happy Hodag, put this one on your list. See how many things you got.
There's a lot of stuff filled in here. There's maybe not too much more you need to do, but for tonight, not a win, but thank you for participating.
Yeah, it's really good. Okay, let me clean up my screen a little bit here and I'll get back into where we're going
and
what we're doing.
Yeah, so next we are going to look at our monthly challengers. And every month we give a congratulatory shout out to listeners who email us proof of qualifying and logging a challenge cache since the last show. So again, send your submissions to challengetalkpodcast@gmail.com so that we can feature those. All right, and our first one here comes from Birkenstock Report. This is GCBH861, the Aurora Challenge Trail. One more of everything. So to qualify for this cache, you need to have found at least one cache of the following types: Where I Go, Traditional, Multi, Mystery, Earth Cache, Webcam, Adventure Lab, Letterbox, and Event.
That's
very interesting to see Adventure Lab on there. I really haven't seen Adventure Lab in hardly any challenge caches that I've come across.
Right. Well, and in talking with Project GC, because of our Cache Fest, you have to be a premium member to count the Adventure Lab. And the checkers don't check for Adventure Labs, because I know that I'm getting ready for February of 2028. Big announcement sometime soon. And there's one of the add-on badges is number of caches. And I did a busy day of 11 cache types, but one of them was Adventure Lab. And the checker only says that I've done 10, with the caveat that it said you might have an Adventure Lab. We don't know. We don't look at it. So you may or may not qualify for the 11. So it's interesting. The Adventure Labs are still a second class cache type, but this is the first one that I've seen where they're actually adding it to the list that it qualifies.
Yeah, very interesting.
Our next cache is from Cache Addict Mel, and we haven't heard from her in a while. This is GC9RKK2. This is the Grasshopper Challenge. Now, this is a new cache that kind of meets an old guideline. So you have to spell the word grasshopper.
But wait, Tim, we can't spell anymore in current challenge guidelines.
Know you can't. But in this case, you can, because if you find 7 caches with the tree climbing attribute, you get a G. If you find 18 unknown cache types, you get an R. And so on down the list.
Yeah, so what he did was he equated the numerical value of the letters grasshopper and then made it into find that many of a certain type of cache or qualification.
Now, this one was placed in 2022, and that is before the latest change to the guidelines. So I believe that under today's guidelines, this cache is also not publishable because there are 2 attribute elements to it.
Very good point. I didn't
So I don't know. I'm not saying it wouldn't. I'm not saying it would. I'm saying the guidelines have changed, and it might not.
Yeah, I bet you not
But I
based
still
on
think it's
multiple
fun.
attributes.
This is a great challenge.
Yeah.
I love this challenge.
It is fun. And as a bonus, she also shared with me a fun one, GC A3CJ5. It's a very fun newbie challenge. It's I'm losing my place on the page. The complete challenge cache. So if you read through it, it's just a lot of fun as an introduction to a challenge cache.
Sure. So you have to, the number one, cache has to be found on a day that ends with Y during a month that contains at least 28 days in a year. Let's see, how many months have 28? Is it? Okay. It has to be hidden north of 0 latitude or south of the equator or anywhere on the equator.
Mhm.
Okay. This looks like a lot of fun.
Yes. Yes. So you can look that up and read through and get a good chuckle off of that.
Well, and then our friend Bloody Cool. Of course, he was in another place. He was in Taiwan.
Yeah.
And he sent us this cache GCAJT3P. And again, to qualify for this cache, you've got to meet a series of criteria. One, the sum of elevations in any of your 8 finds has to be more than 8,000.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, I didn't recognize the H. So H must be height of 8,848 meters. And then the number of finds that you use to meet that height need to have a terrain score greater than 2.5 on the DTs, greater than or equal to 2.5.
Yeah.
And so that's an interesting one.
That's a fun one in Taiwan.
Yeah, I like that.
Very cool.
While he was traveling. Oh, we missed the order. We should have taken this one because this one comes from Bedstafader Skule, our friend in Arizona. I met in Denver, I think. Anyway, GC5 GV2W. This is the CGCC022 Cooperation Challenge. And your challenge here is to find 5 GeoArts.
Yeah, so this is definitely an older challenge, but I thought that sounded neat, you know? I'm not sure I've encountered such a challenge before.
No, the hard part about this one is you can't write a checker for it.
No, not
so yeah,
really
you have
possible.
to be able to know that you've done a GeoArt and list the GeoArts that you found in your found log, which Bedstafader pushes in here. He found looks like the Johnny Cash guitar was his latest one, and then some other caches, which I don't know where those are located at, but looks like a pretty fun cache.
Yeah, very cool. And then we got one from Sims Quest. This is the Maryland County Icon Challenge, GCBHFJR. And Tim, this one really caught your eye. Tell us why.
It did. Mainly because in Maryland, they have a similar thing to what we have in Michigan. In Michigan, every county has a 5 icon challenge cache listed in it. And of course, that's simply what it is. Go to the county, find 5 different cache types, boom, you qualified. There's one other that's been put in the state, which is to find 5 cache types in 5 counties. So we have 84 of this county cache type challenge, which is what they've started in Maryland. This one, though, steps it up a notch. In this case, you have to find 150 different cache types within the 24 counties of Maryland. So it's an average about 6.25 per county. So you could find 9 in some counties, you could find 4 in other counties. As long as you get up to 150 within Maryland, you qualify. Now it has a 91 difficulty.
Wow.
and I'm going to run the checker. I'm going to run it for me. And I can tell you that I've been in one county in Maryland. So there's a lot of white space. I do not qualify for this challenge, but the thing of it is, and it's really tiny. I don't know if I can make it bigger at all. I guess I can. The
Yeah, that
cache
works.
types go across the type, and there are 18 cache types that it monitors. And then it lists every county on down the screen, and it shows you your, whether you qualify or not. And I found 5 cache types in Allegheny County. So this cache may or may not be coming to Michigan, simply because I love the way it was laid out, and people are crazy in Michigan for these icon challenges. So
Very cool. So
thanks,
yeah.
SimsQuest.
Yeah, thanks for sending this in. This is what we hope, that when you guys share what you've been up to, what you've been finding, that it can inspire someone else in their area.
Also want to recognize the cheeky Brit. Of course, he went out and found another challenge cache this month.
Yeah. And the Happy Hodag says, I see now what I need for that challenge, that doctoral degree challenge. So he'll see if he can chip away at it. So good.
Good luck.
Challenge accepted, right? Very good.
No doubt.
Very good. So we want to congratulate Cache Addict Mel for being our winner for monthly submissions this month. We'll be in touch to get you your path tag.
Excellent.
All right.
Oh, what a show.
It's been
Are
a
we
good
near
one.
the end?
I think we've talked about them all.
We
Until
made
next time when we talk about October. Yeah. So,
okay. So when's the next show?
We will talk about October 2000 caches on April 14th, the second Tuesday of April. Yeah.
Okay. That's right. We do this always on the second Tuesday of the month, right?
That's right.
Okay. All
That's
right.
right.
So we can figure that out.
Yeah, and show notes will be posted shortly after the show airs in the video description and also linked in the podcast description. I try to make everything we talk about hyperlinked so you can easily find what we've talked about in tonight's show.
I was trying to do something here, and my screen won't scroll.
Oh no!
I can't bring up the outros. Where did they go?
Well, that's interesting.
There it is. Here we go.
Coon and Bud from Arkansas. Challenge accepted.
I love it. I love it.
So you want to make sure when you see us in an event that
Cache Addict Mel from Charlotte, North Carolina. Challenge completed.
Hey, that's great. There's our winner.
There's a winner and
challenge accepted. So, very good.
Yeah. So I take little trinkets whenever I go. So if somebody comes up to me, I can reward them for their patronage.
Yeah. So Vince is saying that his Aussie friend here with him says that we need to do an international segment of our show. So we try to touch on that with our statistics, and we've had some international guests in some recent shows. So check those out. But we'll take all your suggestions. Of course.
Which international, which country should we get? I mean, we've had Aussies on, and because it's morning for them when we do the show. It's a little harder for our European friends because it's the middle of the night.
They would have to be dedicated cachers and listeners.
We have definitely talked about pre-recording an episode, but that's not as much fun because then we can't interact with the chat as much.
Yeah, we love our chat. So, but we will take all suggestions at challengetalkpodcast@gmail.com.
So we really want to say thank you to all of our friends for watching and for listening and participating. Without you, there is a definite lack of content that we have. And so we appreciate you being with us. And remember, it is not about the numbers. It's about the challenge.
Challenge accepted.
See you next month.
Jim. Bye, everyone.
Bye. Good night, everybody.